Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Planning and Development Committee meeting of Monday, February 26th. We have a quorum. I'm calling the meeting to order. The first item of the meeting is approval of regular meeting minutes of February 12th.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the minutes are passed. Next, we only have one item on our agenda tonight because, and I know I have citizen comment here, I would like everyone to know that P2, vacation rental license for 710 Madison Street, has been withdrawn from our agenda. All right, and so next we have, why don't I go forward with citizen comment. First, I have Verzell James, and then Glenn Mackey.
This isn't regular council, so we actually signed up on the wrong sheet, and we will come back to it.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. All right, so
This is planning.
this is planning and development. Okay. So the first item and only item we have is vacation rental license for 1827 Dobson Street. The city staff recommends approval of a vacation rental license for the property located at 1827 Dobson Street. This is for action. Is there a motion?
Second.
Is the property owner for 1827 Dobson here? Would you please come up? Yes. Alderman Rainey, did you have some questions?
I surely do.
Okay.
Good evening, Mayor, Alderman. Good evening. I'm Joan Clacken, and I'm the owner of 1827 Dobson. So, any questions for me? Or
Yes. Alderman Rainey, did you have some questions?
Yes, I do. We received the packet, and the problem with the packet is our staff does not give us the letter that you send out, not just you, but anybody, and I'm going to ask that that be changed now.
Okay.
Our staff doesn't give us the letter that you mail to the neighbors.
I see.
Saying that, you're going to do this, that, and the other. And also, we don't get the list of people to whom you send. And I guess they give you the list.
they gave me the list, and I do have a copy of it here.
And I asked for it today, so I got a copy of it. And of
Okay.
course, the argument that I've been making for so many other issues is that the list is a bad list. I saw people on there. I used to live down the block from
I
your
know,
house.
yes.
And there are people on there that have been dead for 20 years,
Wow.
And so I saw that today. And so I'm wondering, did you get any feedback from the neighbors?
I've not received any feedback. I did check with a couple of the neighbors, and they said they did receive it, and they thought it would be a good idea.
Okay. And the interesting thing on this one was, because you live at the end of the block right by Dodge,
Correct.
none of the neighbors on Dobson, hardly, except for two in the 1800, got any of your letters, because you're not in the 250 feet. They measured all going the other way.
Okay.
So none of the Dobson neighbors were notified. The people across Dodge got notified. People over on Brummel behind you got notified, your
Right.
alley neighbors.
Correct.
But none of the Dobson neighbors. And I thought, how are they measuring this? I thought it was very interesting. And I have no problem with this. I just wanted to
Thank
make
you.
Yeah. Are you going to be in the house when your guests are there?
No, I will not be there
Do you
when they're
live
there.
there normally?
Yes, I do.
You do?
I do. But I will be, I have a basement as well, which I've converted, be more like my office. And I will be there on a regular basis in case if there's questions or anything comes up. I'll be on hand.
But how frequently are you going to rent it?
It's going to be like either a daily, could be a day, 2 days, 3 days here, up to a week that they'll be staying, and more targeting towards Northwestern students or family members, parents that are coming in, and maybe business that are traveling, and mostly those that like to cater to, and and all the people, it's a vacation property, so if visiting family members or it could be anything. It could be a number of reasons.
I just couldn't tell from what you provide, not what you provided, but what our staff gave us. I couldn't tell how it was going to work, if you were going to be there, if you weren't going to be there, if it just was.
I've listed it as because it's a complete townhome. It's a 2-bedroom townhome, and again, because the bottom part of it, I'll be like my office. So basically, and I won't be there on a regular basis because I do have somewhere else that I'm staying, which is about half a mile from there.
But when nobody's there, are you going to live there?
No,
you're never going to live there.
No.
Oh, so
No. No. I do have I have it set up where I do have a housekeeper. I'll have 2 housekeepers and a maintenance person. So it's all just running it, having people there, just like a hotel. It's a vacation rental again. It's just.
So are you?
This is something our council has to discuss.
Yes.
And we have mentioned this before, but there is nothing in the paperwork we received for this that implies in any way, shape, or form that this is a house that is now no longer an owner-occupied unit. So this is something.
I think, Alderman Rainey, I think that that's something that we should discuss because Ms. Clacken has followed all
I
of
follow all the
Yeah,
regulations,
absolutely,
everything.
absolutely.
I've got the place
absolutely.
inspected and everything. It meets the city requirements and everything.
No,
So-
this has, I don't want to be disrespectful. This has nothing to do with you.
I
You've
understand.
done everything perfectly right. But it is some
It's
issues that we've
it's raising
had.
issues
Issues.
for us as these come forward that we need to think about. Yeah.
And I'm glad you said that too, because even when I first started this, I had questions that weren't even clear to me as well until I had to actually come in personally to be told exactly what needs to be done. So, because it wasn't, you're reading it, but it doesn't follow the directions as what it says on the paper, So I think you're correct that it should be looked into some more, so.
Yeah. And your license, when you went in, you know more about this than we do, but is your license for a year that you're applying for? Was there a
It's going through a platform between AirNib and HomeAway, so everything is going through
them?
Through them, correct.
Right.
And
Well,
there's-
I think we should approve this. I mean,
Yes.
because she's done the right thing, but you might be hearing from us pretty soon.
Oh, that's fine. I'm open to any things to make it better. I would like my guests to feel comfortable when they're there and for it to be going smoothly. So anything to work with the city and follow all the regulations or the guidelines, I'm happy to meet that.
I miss
so.
my street.
I know. I always look at your home when I'm driving by.
Keep an eye on it.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you for coming in.
Right. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
So this has been, Alderman Fisk.
Yeah, I'm just curious, how do we know when if a unit like this is going to be rented, that they're not exceeding the 30-day limit? How do we know that?
We don't.
We don't know that.
I don't. Well,
I think-
we know that she doesn't live there.
Good evening, Deputy City Attorney Michelle Mason Cup. Regarding the 30-day limit, I think it's basically on a complaint basis, and then someone from city staff would investigate the allegation. That's just how it's, we don't have enough staff to go out there and make sure that someone's moved out.
Chair Nguyen, I would like to propose that we get in talks with Airbnb because of the voluntary collection agreement that we entered into earlier this year, where we would be in a partnership to collect those taxes that the council had passed last year. We could have them notify us if any of these were exceeded, or they could put provisions in that wouldn't allow people to rent them past 30 days.
Yes, I think that certainly is the way to go. Yeah, okay.
And the application could also be amended to indicate if the unit will be owner occupied.
Right.
I see it isn't listed, and it should be. Also, the notice is in the packet under page 282.
Right, and I think we should see the the list of, in page, is that the list of the addresses that it was sent to?
No, it's just a copy of the notice that was mailed.
Right, yeah. I think it would be good for us to also receive the list of the addresses. Okay. All right, this has been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? No. Okay. So that's 6-1? Yes. All right. All right, that actually concludes our agenda. So that's the signal for one of you to say, I move adjournment.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay.